From the Washington Post, if someone says that Russia-Ukraine agreed on a peace treaty and gave some land, I explain that after Second World War there was peace on your side of the Iron Curtain, which means you built prosperity of your country's peoples. On our side of the Iron Curtain, there were mass deportations, and our culture and language were suppressed. So even if there is some kind of agreement, without accountability, that doesn't mean that human suffering will stop. If the Russians don't come back to Russia, I think it would be very dangerous. We must do everything to discredit the policy instrument of aggression. If attack another country and you sign some kind of peace treaty and leave with more land than had before, then aggression pays off. So all the would-be attackers in the world are taking careful note. Okay, I may lose some people but I'll have a bigger empire. Estonia's Prime Minister, Kaja Kallas, tells the Post what it's like to live under the shadow of a revived Russian empire. This is based on kleptocracy, not progeny or ideology. Likening Neville Chamberlain Charlemagne. Congressional Republicans on Tuesday lashed out at Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky, telling him they could not continue to help him resist Russian aggression unless ministration gives in their demands on the southern border. But Republicans sent Zelensky a package full of some useful suggestions. Senator Lindsey Graham made a huge contribution. The South Carolina Republican, who has been involved in border discussions in recent weeks, also complained that Murphy was very unhelpful and that his stance on what's going on is off base. Vance contributed to the realpolitik of the hedge fund peasants. From NBC, assuming he has these imperialist goals, Vance also reiterated he believes there will be negotiations and that Ukraine should be willing to give up at least some of its territory to end the war began in February 2022. This ends the way almost every war ends, when people negotiate and each side gives up something they don't want to give up. Vance said, "Nobody can explain to me how that would work out without some territorial concessions based on the 1991 borders." He added, Senator Tommy Tuberville contributed equally sage advice, the kind one would expect from a blocked sled. From Mediaite, "Are you worried that without money Ukraine will lose the war to Russia?" asked Raju Tuberville. "Well, that was always a big possibility. I mean, I never thought they could win in the beginning, particularly the way we facilitate this," the Republican lawmaker replied. He asked following Raju, "Well, everyone says they're going to continue to travel around Europe. So Ukraine in the east they can't beat. How are they going to keep going the rest of the way through Europe?" "I think it's a good selling point to send more money," Tuberville replied. And House Speaker Mike Johnson contributed his well-honed Pontius Pilate impersonation. "I think Th.